Hi everybody, today we are going to talk about milk and milk analysis. Milk, as we all know, is a very essential part of our life. Let it be from the very small infant to the old aging people, milk has been normally been consumed by everyone. And even in special conditions, like for example when a mother is carrying also, milk has been given. And we can also find that various other religions also consider milk as to be as a holy food, and even they use it for religious purposes, for worship also. So basically, we consider milk as something to be as divine and holy, and we expect that milk will not contain any pollutants or adulterants in it. But now it is for sure that as a part of increasing the productivity, or to increase the market value, or might be to get some profit also, sometimes milk is being supplemented with lots of other added ingredients which is not supposed to be in it, and that would result in the adulteration of milk. So the analysis of milk becomes quite essential now, day to day. Now, in this unit, we are going to study what are the techniques of milk analysis, and what are the steps specific for it, and what are the steps which will help us to know the presence of various, even in small traces, what are the adulterants. Now, earlier you had learned about the techniques which will help in the food analysis. Those techniques, some of them could also be used for milk, because milk is also a food. So you cannot say that the techniques of food analysis cannot be used for milk, but there are some techniques which we use only for milk. So we will go in detail in the coming sessions. First of all, what is milk? Milk is a normal mammary gland secretion of the female mammals, and it is a first food of the baby mammal line. And it also contains various products such as calcium, caseinate, riboflavin, carotene, and xanthophyll. Now, what is calcium caseinate? You all know. It is a bound form of calcium. That is, the casein of milk is being bound with calcium, and that gives us what? That gives us a what? Strength to our bones and all that. You might notice a situation, that is, as we get older, what happens? Soon as we fall down, the chances of breaking our bones are being found to be very much higher. The main reason is because during that time, what happens? The calcium bound to our bones will be released from the bones. That is, rather than binding onto the bone, calcium is being left over from the bones. And as a result, what happens? We will develop certain diseases such as osteoporosis and all that as we get old. So, milk is a good supplement, because here calcium has been bound to caseinate, and it's a natural source of calcium. In addition to this, vitamin B12 or riboflavin, that has also been present in milk. You know what is the essentiality of riboflavin? If you have seen mouth ulcers, right? Mouth ulcers which we get in our gums, and mainly that is mainly caused when riboflavin content has been found to be less within our body. And it's quite normal that at homes we practice a thing that when we get ulcers in our mouth, what we do? We have lots of curd, which is a healing agent of such ulcerations. And riboflavin of milk is the source of that. In addition to this, there are other components such as carotene and xanthophyll, which will all add to the formation of vitamin A into our body, and it will contribute to the quality of our health. Now, coming to the freezing point of milk, it is about -0 degrees centigrade when it is in the water form, and in the solid form it has been found to be -0.55 degrees centigrade. Now, we always say that we always consider that food should be devoid of microbes, but in the case of milk, it is just the vice versa. There are certain normal flora which is inherent in milk and which is very quite essential for our body health. Now you can see that Enterococcus faecalis. Enterococcus faecalis is being determined is coming from the animal because during the milking process Enterococcus faecalis can come. Then at the same time we also have certain other this thing like Streptococcus lactis, Lactobacillus species and Candida albicans, which is used in yogurt and all that. Have you noticed a situation that when your stomach gets upset, okay, that is if getting repeated diarrhea and all that, and what happens, the doctor will say, okay, your gut flora is not being maintained properly, and then they will give you, that is after having heavy food, okay, after having heavy food and your stomach is upset, in such a situation the doctor will prescribe you some probiotic tablets like in the form of Yakult and all that, that is available in the market. And so among these they include lactobacillus, like for example lactobacillus is a probiotic microorganism mainly found in this, okay, and it contributes to the good health of humans. So this is a normal flora of milk. In addition to this, sometimes various pathogenic microbes can also enter into the milk, like for example Escherichia coli, Streptococcus pyogenes, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Salmonella species and Brucella. E. coli, we all know what it is. Escherichia coli, it is an indicator of animal fecal pollution, okay, and it also causes various dysentery like diseases in our body, okay. It is normally be present in our feces, but what happens from the if it's in the gut it is fine, but if it happens to enter into any other tract other than the enteric tract, if it goes into any other tract in your body, it will cause infections in you, and also toxic versions of E. coli are also there. Coming to Streptococcus pyogenes, it is responsible for the normal tonsillitis till rheumatic fever and all that, that is also been caused by Streptococcus pyogenes. Then Mycobacterium tuberculosis is responsible for TB, and Salmonella causes what? Salmonella causes typhoid, and Brucella causes brucellosis. So these are the pathogenic microbes which can be present in the milk. Now let us talk about the indications of milk spoilage. Once milk becomes spoiled, it has been indicated, it is mainly because of the acid fermentation, and it is indicated by the presence of souring. So souring of the milk indicates that the milk is spoiled. Once you take the milk and it is soured, that indicates milk is spoiled, and sometimes acid formation will also happen into the milk, and it is this acid fermentation that which will give the sour flavor and result in the coagulation of milk to give like jelly like curd appearance or a clear vein nature. At a temperature to 10 to 37 degrees centigrade, the organisms such as Streptococcus lactis, Enterococci, Lactobacilli and other colified bacteria will contribute to this sourness. But at a temperature from 37 to 50 degrees centigrade, we have different set of microbes such as Streptococcus faecalis and Streptococcus thermophilus, and even at higher temperatures we have other organisms such as Listeria thermophilus, which can grow at milk at higher temperatures, that will contribute to the souring of the milk. So what we have to know is, of course the curd that we have is being formed as a result of souring, but the souring caused by good bacteria is fine, but when it goes through the bad bacteria, it is not good, okay. So depending upon the temperature in which the milk is being kept, the souring agent will also vary. Now this is a pic showing the souring of milk. This is quite familiar to you all. And other acid forming bacteria, they mainly includes Micrococcus, Bacillus and Clostridium species, and microorganisms such as Clostridium as well as Bacillus. What are they special for? You know, they are all gas forming organisms. Clostridium as well as Bacillus, they are gas producers, and as a result along with acid formation, they also cause the release of gases such as hydrogen and carbon dioxide, which is indicated by the formation of foaming at the top of the milk suspension. Then another bad feature when the milk gets spoiled is the hydrolysis of the milk protein and a bitter flavor. The other way is the milk protein will be what? That has been broken. The protein has been degraded. You know just imagine when meat spoils, what is the bad smell? See, the same way like that, what happens when milk also gets spoiled, you get is a protein. So what happens when the protein is in, you get a bad flavor as well as a bad smell also comes. Then ropiness and sliminess in the milk is also been found by the release of slimy capsular material from the cells of microbes such as Enterobacter aerogenes, E. coli, Micrococcus fruntrici, and these all when they grow in the milk, what happens? A thread like a ropiness will be formed in the milk. And other than this, various alkaline products such as ammonia, urea and carbonates, they can also produce off flavors to the milk, that is other than the normal flavor. You know, in fish also you have, when you add urea or anything like that, the taste of the fish goes. So the same way here into the milk, if you add various alkaline products and all that, that will result into off flavors of the milk. So these are the things which will that's how you can identify that the milk is spoiled or not. Now this is a lab report which I have shown like to understand like what all tests they do on the milk. It's by Fair Labs, and it has been found that they test for detergents, they test for boric acid, salicylic acid, skim milk powder, salt, urea, starch, cane sugar, formalin, neutralizers. Like this, all the different chemicals are being analyzed whether it has been present in the milk. This is another test showing the same thing. The analysis report is also being given, positive or negative, and the presence of glucose, neutralizers, even hydrogen peroxide, that is also noted. Then chloridine, the next adulterant that we can find in the milk is the pesticides. For example, if the cow is eating food which is adulterated with pesticides, okay, that would also come on to into the milk. So that is, now they are looking here for DDT also. Now another thing that we look is the adulteration is whether the acidity, what is the acidity of the milk, okay, that we normally use by the titration method and using the pH meter and all that. Then you check the microbial load of the milk. Then you check whether the cow is having mastitis. Mastitis is just the inflammation of the mammary gland of the cow. Okay, so this is the acidity and the microbial. These are all some common tests which we do. Okay, then the adulteration of milk is being checked for hydrogen peroxide. Like you have the peroxide strips, the starch test by iodine test, added water, freezing point or lactometer test. Like when in certain cooperatives and all that, when you collect milk itself, they will check using the lactometer how is the quality. Then the detergents, formalins, these are some of the tests which we do to analyze such adulterants. So next we will be talking about the tests in detail. I just wanted to give you an introduction on what are the different types of tests which can be done in milk. Hope so you are clear to it. We'll continue in the next session. Thank you.